Good morning, ballers. It's Ghosty. It's only going to be a quick one, this one, because I'm running a bit late. I'm actually going away today. It's 5:45 AM. Had a bit of a late one last night with a couple of the subs. We were supposed to do a last minute transmog, but unfortunately Preach wasn't feeling too good, so hope he gets better. I had a bit of banter with Untrial and Booser, and if you're watching the live stream, you'll know that they're our new PvP team, Preach Gaming. We had a bit of back and forth about who's the transmog kings, and I'm literally, because I couldn't do Blackwing Legs, obviously I don't need Preach to do it, but I like to do it with Preach, so I just did Molten Core, and actually got the Judgment Pants on my Paladin and the ISO Furon at the same time. It was just, Transmog Kings, get the fuck out of here, that sort of thing. I'm going to have to cut this one short anyway, until I actually get there, because I think my taxi's here. But so yeah, I think Preach is going to do something this weekend for the web show, which will obviously be in by the time that you see this. But take good care of him. Peace. Morning, ballers. It's it's 7 AM now. About 4 days in. I wanted to do a couple more before then, but it's just been mad busy and free beer, and how that goes. So it's in the Caribbean now. We're in Punta Cana. The weather's awesome. There's been a couple of rainy spouts, but the funny thing is, because it's such a small island, the rain goes in about an hour, and once the rain goes, the ground's dry within 10 minutes and the sun's beaming. It's amazing. I tried, bear with me 1 second. Yo! Right, do you want to send Dad up to help me with the pram? Alright, see you in a bit. Listen, what's gorgeous and hangs up? That was my mum, basically there on the floor below. They're going to help me up with the pram to get Ava downstairs. We're just going to go for breakfast now. Like I say, it's just gone 7 AM. We're up since 5 with Ava. The times, it's not been too bad, the time difference, especially for Ava, because she's up at that time anyway, so anything extra has been a bonus. So yeah, I mean, the resort's awesome. There's 6 different restaurants, a nightclub, a casino, which I've not gone near yet, because as if any of you tuned in for when we went with me and Preach and that, it didn't turn out too well with my money, so I've stayed clear of that. I tried to get his live show. It was, obviously it's been and gone by the time you're watching this, but yesterday. But the Wi-Fi in the Caribbean is like a cup and 2 cups and a piece of string. It was shite. So I just said hi to the guys in the chat, got away from it, managed to get Preach on FaceTime, and that was it. He's doing really well. I think the web show, it was at the time he was talking about rogues, maximising DPS and stuff. That looked pretty cool. I'm going to help me see what's going on in the room. I'm going to cut this one short because we are about to go for breakfast. But it's a bit of a shithole at the minute because we just don't bother unpacking. So, Ava. Hiya. That's Ava and Suzanne ready for the breakfast, bless them. So, I'm going to cut this one short, and hopefully the next video I make will have done something which isn't sunbathing, getting drunk, or, although it is a plus. I've not done it for years and years and years. I know that we talked about wrestling on the live show a couple of weeks ago, but Raw is actually on live tonight, and me and Suzanne and Ava are going to be watching it, which is pretty cool, and especially because Brock Lesnar's back as well, and Brock Lesnar's awesome. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that, to be honest. And apparently the room service, we've not ordered room service because we're really not so much shy like that, but we just don't bother with it. But the room service is really good, so we're going to order it's free as well. So pizza and beers I think tonight while we're watching Raw, that'd be cool. Anyway, I think my dad's here, so I'm going to go and eat breakfast. Champagne breakfast, baby, because that's how a sir rolls. And we'll speak later. Peace. I would have ballers. I'm knackered, guys. I am knackered now. Do you know what? I don't even know what day of the week it is. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday today, and we fly home Thursday morning. The wedding's done. everyone's sunned out, we've had a load of sun, we've had quite a bit of cloud as well, but with it being a small island, the clouds clear quite well. There's loads that I wanted to talk about like on the web show, but I'm going to do this now because half of the stuff that I won't be able to tell it as well with it not being fresh in my mind. But basically, yeah, the wedding was out the way, I was the best man for it and had a speech ready and everything like that. I got a big Monte Cristo cigar for it. Everyone thought it was like, I don't know, it was really weird. Everyone looked at it like it was alien because I was having a cigar at a wedding. I usually have one when I go on holiday, just a big fat cigar. But I thought with it being my brother's wedding, I got a Monte Cristo, which is actually a really decent brand cigar. It cost me quite a few pennies. And on the side, I've bought one for the way home as well. Yeah. So when I get home, the main thing that I wanted to talk about before I forget, because this is probably going to be the last one that I do until I land back in Manchester, is there's a guy here and he's, I don't want to come across as racist, 'cause I don't know the correct terms to the race, but he's like, you know, like a generic Native American Indian. He doesn't have like feathers in his hair and shit like that, but he works here and he's a really nice guy called Oscar. And basically, he runs a lot of the games. I mean, he's got like a little stall that he does at night and stuff, and probably sells half of this stuff in the stall for like $1 a piece. But he spent a lot of time with us. There's 16 of us here, and he spent a lot of time with us. And over the course of it, like, there's a few of my brother's friends here who, and if you know my brother, he's basically where I get my prank side from. He's like the master of pranks. Just one second, I'm just going to re-hold my phone a sec. But it just seemed every time someone tried to do it to me this holiday, no one could pull a prank off. No one could pull a prank off, not because I caught them out, it just seemed like there was some, like, higher being watching me thinking, you're not pranking him. Like, the best case was, and it was when Oscar was like sat with us, is I was on a sun lounger that's on like a shallow part of the pool before a big step, and the sun lounger's in there, like, it's just so you can dip your ankles in the water or your feet and stuff like that. And two of them came behind me and pushed my chair as hard as they could to obviously put it in the water, and it basically carried on pushing him. It carried on moving, but it just teetered on the edge, and then like a little wave came and pushed it back on the side, so I didn't go in the water. But Oscar was looking at me, like, you know, like he said, like, you know, like he laughed and stuff like that, and he came back with this. Let me see if I can find it. And like I said, he's probably sold this, but he gave it me. This, apparently, is the totem of the trickster, and apparently because he's seen the way that, I mean, he saw as well, like when my friend did that to me, I basically grabbed his trainers, grabbed all his possessions and threw them in the pool and got away with it. So he gave me this and said it's basically the totem of the trickster. I'll take that. You know, you should implement that in game for Shannon. That'd be pretty cool. But on the shooting range as well, like my dad, I don't know if this is going to come through on the camera, I've just changed hands because it's aching. My dad worked a lot with the military years and years ago, so I've always been into some sort of, you know, like he worked with British Aerospace on their missile systems and stuff like that, and I've always been into either aircraft or weaponry and things. Not like, you know, like a Call of Duty fanboy, nothing like that. So there was a shooting range, and every time the family got away, me and my dad always get like at each other on a shooting range. So we was doing that as well, and this was run by Oscar, like I say, he does the games. And it was always, my dad comes first, I come first. My dad comes first, I come first. You know, not when we're having sex, because that's weird. At the shooting, baby. But so anyway, so it came to the point where it was like me, him, and then it was me. And it came to the point, and he gave me another one, which I'm actually going to give to Preach, which is the totem of the teacher. And I think that's pretty cool, because if I have the totem of the trickster, which makes sense for me, and Preach has the totem of the teacher, I thought that was pretty cool. So that was it. It's about 6 o'clock at night now. We're going to go far. There's about 6 restaurants, and there's 2 of them where you can't take children, so my mum's going to be babysitting Ava tonight, while me and Suzanne and a few of us go to the Italian restaurant, which is unbelievable. It's literally, with it all being free as well, like all inclusive, it's like red wine, white wine, champagne's coming. The steaks, like I had a steak last time, which I'm going to have this time, it's like this thick, and I have it medium, and it was just bliss. It was like cutting through butter. It was done perfectly, so I'm having that again. I think that's it, guys. Like I say, the wedding went off without a hitch. I'm sunburnt like you wouldn't believe it. In fact, my entire skin is shed from peeling. I burnt myself on the first day. I've got a big fat cigar for the way home. I've got 2 totems. I need to get him a shit gift, so I'm going to get one that says like, you know, we always get each other frig magnets, so I'm going to get one that says like the Dominican Republic spelt wrong, preferably made out of like some sort of, I don't know, some sort of indigenous creature's arsehole hair, you know, something that shite for him, because he deserves the shittest. But I hope he's been keeping you occupied as well. I've caught a couple of his videos as well. You know, I even saw the one that Emma did when she was in Holland. That was pretty cool to see. So yeah, I'm going to leave it for this one. I'm going to make one more when I get back in Manchester when I land. Hopefully that goes well. It's an hour shorter flight back as well, which is a big, big, big difference. Believe me, when you've got an 11-month-old daughter. So, I'm going to leave it there, boys and girls. And if Manchester is rainy when I get back, there will be a fucking firestorm coming after the weather here. But what can you do, baby? I want to play my hunter. Play my hunter. I'll see you soon, guys. Alright. Woo! Home sweet home, bitches. Yo, last video now, guys. Just got to Preacher's house. Landed about 5:30 this morning. Travelling for about 30 hours in total. Bit of a nightmare, but yeah, I've got my cans of Monster ready because it's going to be a long day today. I might slip an hour's sleep later, but I've got to go and see the Preacher Man where I'm at now. Obviously the Avengers is out tonight in the UK, as if I'm going to miss that shit, and obviously I'm going to want to play my hunter at some point. What the hell are you going to do? So let's go and see if this big monkey go on to his dough. I better get my glasses first. Yeah. Oh yeah, check this shit out. Got trapped in the bleeding terminal, look at that, ripped a big chunk out of my hand. Absolute Manchester Airport, there's a little turnstile where it's like a foot wide and you've got to fit yourself through it. But my mum tried fitting it through with all these suitcases. She dropped something in and it's like an airlock sensor and it stayed locked. But yeah, so she couldn't get back through it, so basically I barged the door open to get some stuff that she dropped and cut my elbow. Balls to it, but let's see if he's in anyway. Just going to keep knocking until he answers.